Hey everyone, welcome back to my review. I've got the fan on in this video, so it might be a bit loud. But today we're going over the last Jam album I had, and the last Jam album they released, The Gift. Now this album I think it was either poorly received or really well received. Some people loved it, other people didn't, because it was a big departure away from the Jam sound, as Paul Weller was starting to experiment with these different sound styles, these different sounds. So there's some calypso in here, with some what they called steel drums. There's a lot of ska, a lot of like trumpets and trombones and instruments like that come into the mix. Just overall, it's just a really different album than other Jam stuff. Now I'll show you the actual record, which I love that album cover with the three colours. It's basic, but it's nice. And there's the back. Nice lyric sheet. The record, well, the label itself is quite nice. It is just the album cover on the label, but I don't get them out anymore because people get pissy at me. No, it's because most of my records are just black, and there's no point in me getting them out to show you, just to get them dirty, you know. So it starts with Happy Together, which already Happy Together starts with these different kind of sounds and this different kind of bass line that we're not used to with a Jam record, but it still sounds amazing. And Paul Weller's vocals across all this album, he smashes it. Ghosts, the second song, is great. Precious is the song that's like probably the most experimental out of them, I imagine. Or Trans-Global Express. It's one of the two where there's a lot of horns and a lot of, I swear there's some flutes in there as well maybe, but a lot of orchestral stuff comes in, as well as this sort of dancehall ska sort of sound, which is, I think, is great, but it might not be for everyone. Just Who Was That 5 O'Clock Hero is a really great song, and it's probably a return to form for the Jam, as in it's more like their previous. That happens every video, and I don't know why. Just my body hates me. But Just Who Is That 5 O'Clock Hero is a return to form for the Jam on this album. It does sound like previous Jam songs. I mean, stylistically, not like it sounds the same, but it is a really great song. Hello, darling, I'm home again. I think of shit that Trans-Global Express is another really experimental song, and it's great. It's not like, I must admit, the really out there and experimental stuff on this album is not my favourite, but it is great to listen to every now and again. Running on the Spot and Circus. Again, I think Circus is the one that has the calypso drums in it and has the just this really Caribbean kind of sound, I swear. Now, a lot of this is because, as I said, Paul Weller was moving on. And after this album, he would quit the Jam and go on to do his solo stuff. Now, I've heard that his solo stuff is either really good or really bad, and that he experiments with lots of different sounds. So, I've never listened to Paul Weller's solo stuff. I have actually heard it live, some of it anyway, but I've never listened to an album, and maybe I should, but it's not, you know. The Planner's Dream Goes Wrong, which I believe The Planner's Dream Goes Wrong is a really great instrumental piece to it. Just great all around. But the next two songs, we have Coronation and Time Called Malice. So Coronation is my favourite Jam song, to be honest. I think it's absolutely brilliant. The lyrics themselves, hold my hand and feel winter, touch my heart and be doomed forever. If you gave me a dream for my pocket, you'd be plugging in the wrong socket. And things like that. If you gave me a fresh carnation, I would only touch its tender petals. Just amazing song. I love the drums, I love the guitar. It's perfect and it's beautiful. There's a really great Liam Gallagher cover of Coronation you can find on YouTube, which he did with another band. I think it's the Happy Mondays. Um, just that was a great cover, but the song is just flawless, absolutely amazing, especially the lyrics. It's my favourite written song from the Jam as well. The best lyrics they did, or Paul Weller did anyway. And just to think, Paul Weller was probably, I don't know, 24, 25, 20, late 20s then, when he wrote it. So he is really talented. And then A Town Called Malice. Now, A Town Called Malice is probably one of the most famous Jam songs, as it was a big hit from the album. Town Called Malice, yeah. Stop. But it's just great. I love the piano, and I love the horns in it. I love Paul Weller's singing. His vocals are great. The whole song is just so happy and upbeat. It's just a really, you gotta crank up the volume and blast it out. It's great. And then The Gift, the title track, which is another really experimental tune, and it's not really a favourite of mine, but overall it's alright. Just, this album is great, and some people might not like the different sounds and styles found in it, but I do. And if you've never listened to this one, because I have actually skipped an album, I don't have the Jam special effects, that became before this one, and I need to go and pick that up one day. But for now, this album is great, and if you haven't listened to it, I would definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Take care, everyone.